I'm at home watching online math videos because I wasn't paying attention in my math class because I was doodling all the time. And what I found were that the online videos had the same problems as the math lessons that my teacher was telling me, which was that they were going in this very linear fashion where you had the first step, then the second step, the third step, fourth step, fifth step, sixth step, seventh step, eighth step. And to me, that's really, really boring. And the sequence of math lessons had the same problem. They also went from lesson 1 to lesson 2 to lesson 3 to lesson 4. And math lessons like this remind me of the world's most boring connect the dots. Maybe I don't always want to order my dots from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the standard way. Maybe I prefer to label my dots by spelling out the words 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I decide I want to put them in order by connecting the dots in alphabetical order instead. So to do that, the first number isn't 1 anymore, but it's 8. The 8 has to get connected to the 5 to the 4, the 4 goes to the 1 goes to the 7 goes to the 6 goes to the 3 goes to the 2. And to me, that looks much more cool. Looks to me like some cool years of math of awesome fire-breathing dragon. And to me, this just reinforces the idea that math is this boring thing that starts at 1 plus 1 equals 2, and years of math goes by, and eventually you end up at calculus. But I see math as something much more non-linear, where here I am, and I can go any direction I want, as long as I don't go too far from the middle, and I go on an exploration all around world math. So maybe I take 3 points that make an equilateral triangle, and I connect the dots, and I pick a point somewhere inside the triangle. Then I pick a random number, either a 1 or a 2 or a 3, and if I get a 1, I make a point halfway between that point and the vertex that has a number 1 on it. If I get a 2, I make a point halfway between that point and the number 2. If I get a 3, I make a point halfway between that point and the vertex that has a number 3 on it. And to get the random number between 1, 2, and 3, I could take a coin, because a coin technically has 3 sides, the 2 faces, and the edge. But when you try it out, you find out that it's not going to come up equally, heads, tails, and edge, but it's going to come up most of the time on the heads and tails, and hardly ever on the edge. So maybe I have to use a cylinder that's a little bit different, like maybe something like a soda can, but when we use a soda can, we find out that it comes up on the edge a lot more than it comes up on the top or the bottom. So maybe I need a tuna fish can, and that one maybe comes up equally, heads, tails, and edge. Or I could use a 6-sided die, which is the singular of dice, which I find to be a bit morbid. It makes me think that should the singular of rice be rye, or should the singular of mice be my? Which makes me think, would he be as popular if he was called Mickey My? So I use the die as my random number generator, and I go halfway to 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Then I switch over to a computer because I have the artistic skills or the ability to make this by hand, and I get this awesome looking picture, which is known as the Sierpinski triangle. And instead of starting with a triangle, I start with a square, I get this awesome picture. And if I really want to get crazy and use a really complicated set of rules, I might even end up with something that looks like this. Which takes us back to the original dilemma. Is math something that you could learn well by watching videos on the computer, or do you have to go through and explore on it yourself? Well, that's it for today.